do not have anything to talk about. There's been a drought of information about Halo 4. I think it's since they released information from Comic-Con, they've decided to slow proceedings, which is all fine. But nonetheless, there isn't much to discuss, unfortunately. So there's not really much I can say, except there is one game I do highly recommend if you have a tablet. It's called Nova. 1, 2, and 3 are all great games, so I highly recommend them. I've been playing that a little bit. And I also highly recommend the Pocket Edition of Minecraft and Grand Theft Auto. I tell you, the radio discussions on Grand Theft Auto are great. They're really fun to listen to. Today. This was very frustrating. The EMPs kind of annoy me. I don't know. I'm not sure if they should have such a strong EMP effect for the next Halo game. It seems kind of silly that such a small secondary weapon can have such a devastating effect on vehicles. So I'm not sure what to say about that. But we'll see what they do. 343. I must say though that I'm a big fan of 343. They've done some good work, and I think they're working really hard to push the story forward and make the multiplayer experience better than before. But I'm telling you, that gun looks stupid. I mean, I know that the objective of Bungie and 343 was to have human guns look primitive and inferior, so you could feel more intimidated, outgunned and outnumbered by the Covenant and even some Forerunner weapons. But I mean, this saw, it has a case for the bullets on it. It's like this massive case that you'd use in the 80s or whatever, or 60s. Looks really stupid. So yeah, the game blacked out, so this is why it's paused. But don't worry, just wait a second and it'll come back. Yeah, so I'm not sure about that, but otherwise it was pretty good. I mean, another reason I don't like this new gun called the Saw is because to me it looks too overpowered, and if Halo's been good at one thing, it's been having sufficient weapon balance. So what I mean by that is that there are some powerful weapons, but they've either been hard to use, or they've been easy to use, like the rocket launcher, but they've been hard to access. But this gun here, I hope it's not something that just pops up on your screen and goes, saw, everyone go for the saw. Because it just looks like a gun that can be used by people who are not good at the game or good at the game in a way that can be devastating. And I don't think that's really good for the game, because at least with the rocket launcher, it didn't have too much rounds in it, but this saw has a big magazine, but then it can kill many people with it as well, so I could see that being a bit of a problem. And they said that they're making the assault rifle a longer range, which I could also see as being a problem. See, there's one thing I loved about Halo, and that's the categorization of the effects of weapons. So weapons like the assault rifle were meant to be used in short range. I mean, I think it's pretty boring and stupid if you can kill people with an assault rifle from a long way away. I like the fact that in Halo, it takes a while to kill somebody, because if you're in games like COD, that greatly limits close quarters combat. And then, of course, with the additions of vehicles, that makes it even more exciting. Oh, and by the way, guys, this here is terrible. I don't know what's going on here. See, as you would know from my previous videos, I'm not really an objective player, but this here was just horrible. It's funny because near the end of this game, this dude gets booted. 3 guys, actually. Man, this case is... I tell you, to have this video going, I have to have the iPad in a case, but I tell you, the case is so bad. It's so bent, it like goes over the camera, so I have to hold it down to make sure it doesn't go over the camera. A crowd of people turned away. Oh, by the way, guys, if you can be bothered to comment, I'd like to know if I should, if you guys think I should put music in my next video. If I'm going to put in music, I'll put in some Beatles music. If it's psychedelic rock, I'll probably put in Strawberry Fields or A Day in the Life. If it's a thrash metal song, I'll put in One by Metallica. If it's a pop or rock song, I'll put in Yesterday or Hey Jude. If it's a hard rock song, I'll put in Helter Skelter or Black Dog. So, just telling you that. Black Dog's by Led Zeppelin and One is by Metallica. But... that passage of play there was also terrible, guys. See, I went to million because I thought that after me just shooting, my shields would be down, but that didn't happen. Oh, and then what happened there is that I was trying to melee that fella because I was getting shot by the other fella, so I was trying to get a quick kill, but I wasn't close enough. By the way, guys, there is one tip I would give to you. It's to definitely use the needler in mid-range. So as you saw earlier in this video, when a fella was leaning off the edge of the defense, the needlers play a better attack than the needle rifle because it can track better and it's a quick kill. Also, guys, there is one thing I forgot to say. Recently, even though I don't play Halo much, I play like once a week or something like that, for like an hour or something like that, or even less. But nonetheless, I got to #1 in Australia for kill-death ratio, so I'm pretty happy about that. I just thought I'd say that. Crowd of people turned away. Nobody had really seen his face before. Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Yes, also, I would recommend using vehicles more often. Instead of weapons, a lot of people two of my rivals, high up on leaderboards, prefer in this segment of the game to use weapons. But see, I think the great thing about using vehicles is, one, you can get lots of kills like this when people are attempting to stop you from capturing it, if you're on this side. And then the other thing you can do if you're an elite is you can kill people who are attempting to defend it, so capture it, and vice versa. But your kills are much more effective. And the great thing is, if you keep your Wraith intact, you can attack the Scorpion. You just have to wait for it to get out and then shoot it on the tank, where it and then you can get quick and effective kills when people are going for the core. So I highly recommend using vehicles. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a few conflicting thoughts about Halo 4. So tell me, guys, what you think of Halo 4 so far, and if you're going to get it. I know I certainly am. I'm actually more in it for the campaign this time. I'm a little bit over matchmaking. I really do hope there's Invasion, though, because Invasion's probably my favourite playlist. So it's a mix of... So the great thing about Invasion is that you can manipulate getting kills with an objective-based game, whereas with Capture the Flag, yeah, it's an objective-based game, but the maps are small. You don't get huge power weapons at your disposal. You know, that it's not set out in a phase that can play to your advantage. So that's why I really like Invasion. Somebody sent me a message, thought he was a big shot, said, oh, you know, Invasion's for the rejects of BTB. And some people could say that to some extent. But the funny thing about that is that the guy who was saying that to me played in a team, and his KD was barely above 1. And if you're going to be playing in a team where you can just get weapons at your disposal from the start of a match and then force your way out and then get other weapons from the other team side, then that's a lot more newbie than what anyone does in Invasion. So I'd say in a lot of ways BTB can be played by more skilled players, since usually the objective is to kill. But if you're going to go in with a team and it's going to be manipulated by others in such a manner, then that kind of drives the purpose out of what he's saying. So I just thought I'd mention that. I actually admit I really like Action Sack and Team Objective, but I don't really play them anymore. I haven't really got time. See, when I say I don't have time, it just means I'm lazy as shit. It's been a hard day, and I've been working. By the way, have you guys noticed how many AFKs are in games? Far out. Is this a Halo specific? Because I've seen this a lot. I mean, my brother's playing Modern Warfare 3 the other day. I didn't see much of that. Which, by the way, I think is not a great game. What I have noticed, though, it's weird, because he was saying to me, no, he doesn't like the game, but then he went and played it 2 or 3 more times within the next couple of days. So it must have something addictive about it. It's certainly nothing I can quite grasp, because I've never really found the Call of Duty experience fun, but obviously others find it fun. I'm not sure, maybe they like the quick and zappy kills, maybe they like the trash talking, I don't know. Maybe they like fast-paced shooting. I'm not sure, I can't really say.
30 seconds remaining.
Watch this awesome crouch jump. That's skill over there, guys.